purpose of this drill is to deploy and put into service the tiller-driven apparatus for use on vertical ventilation operations. The understanding and proficiency of the deployment and placement of the apparatus is critical to structural firefighting operations. Equipment needed for this drill: tiller-driven apparatus or TDA, rotary saw, chopping tool, chainsaw, tools referred to as long tools, rubbish hook, New York tool, the roof ladder, radio, flashlight, PPE with SCBA and mask required for structure fire. There are 5 steps that will be covered during the video. Step 1, visualize location of deployment. Step 2, captain preparation for vertical ventilation. Step 3, engineer preparation for vertical ventilation. Step 4, firefighter preparation for vertical ventilation. Step 5, deploy aerial ladder for vertical ventilation. Step 1, visualize location of deployment. On arrival at the incident, captain and engineer will coordinate to determine TDA location using the following considerations. The TDA should generally be positioned not to impede the hose lays. If building collapse is possible, position the TDA outside of the collapse zone. When possible, position TDA away from overhead power lines. Ensure there is area available for full extension of outriggers. Position TDA to building openings. Position TDA not to exceed reach and climbing angle of ladder. Position TDA for potential of aerial waterway operations. Position TDA with consideration of prevailing wind conditions. Position TDA so that there is accessibility for ground ladders. Ensure that the loading specifications for the aerial ladder are complied with. Use the chart inside the aerial ladder controls compartment. Step 2, captain preparation for vertical ventilation. Place outrigger pad on stabilizer. Don SCBA for delayed use. Choose a long tool for sounding. Assess fire conditions, hazards, and construction features. Return to turntable. Don SCBA mask. Step 3, engineer preparation for vertical ventilation. Place transmission in neutral. Apply parking brake. Engage aerial master button. Set wheel chocks 1 inch from the back and front of tires. Place outrigger pad on driver's side stabilizer. Ensure that outrigger pad is in place on captain's side. Access stabilizer controls. Turn on high idle. Extend both outriggers. Lower both stabilizers to the point that both tires on the rear axle are off the ground. Lower stabilizers so that the tires just touch the ground. Ensure the level indicator is in the green. Pull and lock aerial lever. Raise, rotate, and extend ladder into desired location. Ensure ladder is properly illuminated for conditions. Step 4, firefighter preparation for vertical ventilation. Start chainsaw and allow for engine to warm. Don SCBA. Place idling chainsaw in aerial ladder scabbard. Ensure that outrigger pad is in place on the captain's side. Place second saw at turntable if not already placed in scabbard. Don SCBA mask and climb to the tip of the ladder. Coordinate fine adjustment of ladder if necessary. Don SCBA for delayed use. Choose chopping tool and long tool. Return to turntable. Don SCBA mask. Considerations. The TDA should generally be positioned not to impede the hose lace. If building collapse is possible, position the TDA outside of the collapse zone. When possible, position TDA away from overhead power lines. Ensure there is area available for full extension of outriggers. Building openings. Not to exceed reach and climbing angle of ladder. Potential of aerial waterway operations. Prevailing wind conditions. Accessibility of ground ladders. Ensure that the loading specifications for the aerial ladder are complied with, using the chart inside the aerial ladder controls compartment.